Ho yo ski, ho yo ski.
Oh, your nest.
Welcome, welcome,
Oh,
welcome back.
oh, your nest.
Wow.
The boys are back.
I'm retired in my vocals. Because hey,
I'm just trying to
this
get I'm just trying to get a recorded deal.
man's what Asha is in London. You're like, oh
Ndakadzonzi
sure.
Asha ari mlanzo ndakati ko Asha hausina feature here. Hausina here
Would
feature.
I say what I
Uda sei
said?
ko iwe. Boss ndotamba on.
Mm. Yo, Emi, unganaiti mbosasa pano panika nyaya kari kupisa. We just wanna talk about it machitsika. Welcome, welcome. Oh, you know what time it is. Send it to your friends so they also be a part of this. You cannot describe what you feel, huh? We're taking Zimbabwe to the world, huh? Yeah, this is Black and Forth. Welcome, this is Black and Forth.
Vim.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The boys,
The boys are back.
breach.
Back on the
Consistency.
bridge. Yeah.
I mean, at this point, do you even need to say it?
We don't
Because
gotta say it. I don't gotta say it. We don't gotta say it. These times vanhu vachiri kugunun'una hey virtual thing haye wakani pick a side muri kudai an episode every week here kana kuti murida kuti tinge tichidaiwo magokora tichipadana.
Again, I don't know what it is that makes people think this is a democracy.
I don't know. I don't know why you think.
I don't know why. It's okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this episode is proudly brought to you by Zimmat. Visit zimmat.co.uk/Kandoro and get you a bottle of Mazoe at the most affordable price. We deliver.
These are the only Mazoe that counts.
We deliver.
I'm dying on this hill.
Is that delivery everywhere in the UK, free delivery anywhere in the UK. So please jump on zimmat.co.uk/Kandoro and make your boys some money. For your convenience, my price actually papo friendly prices in the coming months. Mchange mchiona pane vanhu vakawanda vakatuda masese. You never know. You know, my lemon creams ataitauraya machaho, maputi, machi. You know, we know people.
We know people, man. I've got a guy. I've got a guy.
So jump on zimmat.co.uk/Kandoro and get your jumping into it. Tiripanguva yezvipo. Big shout out to Zoe Baira. Zoe Baira. This is a funny one because listen to this. Hanzi kungoziva kuti pane achazviruma rurimi achiedza pronunciation yezita rangu chete is enough fun for the episode intro. Mr. Kandizo and Mr. Chirisa, how's that for a native Zimbo name? Love you both, and I've been following your careers for a while, waiting for my dates, Emma shows, Emma London for 2025 because I am ready for a good laugh. Atizi eduma millionaires yet. But sanobata ini pop up and over ni mkono wake with 3.
That doesn't sound difficult. What, I don't know. That sounds
because tukuda bakutara kuti mazoe.
Ndine zoe rangu. Ndine zoe rangu ba.
I think anuwana. Saka I pronunciation tinoiziva.
Tinotoiziva manje.
But I think she grew up hearing different on Zoe.
Oh, I can imagine if you grew up in Zim. Zitaringe Zoe Uzim. I don't know.
Zozo. Shout out to Takudzwa Wilfred Anzindiri, long time listener, first time kukubatiseka something as a BFF. Truly appreciate your work. Can't wait to see you both in Australia.
Yeah.
I'll bring you kangaroo meat. Inojigiwa. Wedding song Yandunza Pano is Carolina Awilo Longomba. It's it's on the same level, if not a bigger wedding tune than Lua. Amen.
I'm not gonna lie. It might be a tie break.
It really might.
On that one.
Anzi zvisine 4 to half a century episode. Shout out to you Takudzwa. Ndobva nemkono wake with 3 makofi. Takudzwa tinaro anzi keep up the good work. Short and sweet. Farai Mwashita anzi ne 5 plates esadza. Thank you for keeping me entertained and I'm proud of you both with love from Saudi. Chiri pa Saudi chiri ku collector.
Chichirova.
Chichirodunura. Chimboti invite. Wana vamwe vari kuti invite kunana Australia. Chimboti unzawo Saudi urase.
Munotida.
This one is for you, Munashe. Munotida siya kuruma bought 3 plates esadza. Thank you, Anna boys, for the constant laughter and good content. Ko Munashe Blazvako Tonga is voicing the main character in the Assassin's Creed new game. When should we expect you two in voice acting? LOL. Big up everybody who's watched LOL. And I read this and I was like, he doesn't even know. Kuchi is triggering you.
Bro, the minute you said with the wee.
He doesn't even know he's triggering you in the worst way. Man.
I'll tell you guys that story one day. I'll say, but it's a sore one. It's
when
a
the
sore one.
NDAs expire.
This Hey, go to my lawyers. My lawyers a studio company and
I mean,
hey.
imagine vazotorwa microphone. Yeah, those are my plates / my coffees that we received. Big shout out to everyone. You too can support the podcast that you've grown to love, and you can give as the spirit leads. This is how Tinto on the filling station emotionally blackmails his listeners.
It's your blackmail, isn't it?
You too can give as the spirit leads.
Okay. It's giving boys praise and worship. It's giving keyboardist.
And Tinto has voice career kuti anenge ari musema you too.
Hey,
hey yo. My man. Hey. Relax. What in the
undifemera mzeve bro. Like hey brother.
Chill.
Hey yo. Oh, bro, I got the most ayo text the other day. Oh my fucking days. The most ayo.
What happened?
I think because of the way I gesticulate and I carry myself, particularly on here.
Yeah.
No boys left field. There's a comment that says, hey, I wonder, hey, you're a simp. Hey, German, what the fuck did I do? What did I do? And then I don't know where this person got my number from. So I can see. Hey, brother, it's the most ayo. I'm trying to look for it. Where the fuck is it? And the hi Munya. First and foremost, this person Munya. And for some odd reason, I don't know why people insist on calling me fucking Munya. You know, Munashe. When has Munashe ever been truncated to Munya? I don't. It blows my mind. Hi Munya. Say this on Black and Forth, please. I am a guy, and I think you are so fine. Pause. If you are eager for some more, you have my number. And if you are open like the US Open for those once-off arrangements or friendlies from time to time, hook me up. Jaman. When I said, my DMs van warupinda. Please.
These are the kind of
that's not. Please.
Wow.
Don't.
Machine gun. I'm shooting my shot.
Ndoska bangwa chane zvatinto nekufemera mzee. I was like, unoziva bottom song yana K-Flow where it says usangume.
Zangume.
Yeah. Please.
Also want to take this opportunity to big up everyone that is taking the time to watch my new comedy special Propaganda out on YouTube. Big shout out. We are now sitting on 80 something thousand views, which is a big thing. To put that into context, my first comedy special, Conspiracy Theories, took almost 8 months to something like a year to get to 60,000 views. So to do this in 11 days is crazy. If you haven't watched it, you can go check it out. It's on my YouTube channel.
For free.
Yeah. For free.
Pane munhu akazokomenta nyobvu hanzi saka maiti chichi chingoti akuzviona mahara yewa ndimi muchanyimisa vanhu next special on YouTube imemi.
So the thinking behind putting it on YouTube was really in recognition of, in as much as Zimbabwean comedy has made so many strides, you might think everyone is well aware of what's happening. But there's still a lot of people that are not sold on stand-up comedy as an art form that are still like, I want to see. So if I had kept saying, I'll put this behind a paywall, I just wanted to put it up for free so that everyone who's ever been curious and been like, is able to see from the comfort of their own home, phone, whatever. Okay, this looks fun. If I ever see a poster, I might want to engage. That was the thinking. So to then see a comment, maybe you got sold out. Isn't mahara? It's kind of like,
well, in all fairness, we can't pay that any mind, any attention.
We really can't.
There's 4,000 enjoy the jokes and fuck off, bruv. Come on.
There's something about the Bantu mind that wants to gravitate towards negativity. Right? 20 you see a comment.
And shout out.
I have a throwback clip for this week, Mr. Chirisa. Last week we had our CMAD clip. So in that same spirit, I bring forth this.
It's so hot at the moment. Y2K summer is here. If you really want to cool off, it has to be that contour bottle or the can of Coca-Cola. I want to welcome a very talented young man. What's the dealie? Crystal, welcome to Coca-Cola on the Beat. You've been busy. You've been working in the studio in the last couple of months. Got a new album out. What you going to call it?
It's the Crystal's
Vamatambanazo.
I've had conversations with Teach Mataz a few times, but I have never had the presence of mind to ask him, Dara accenti Marijuana.
What is, I was actually thinking the same thing when he was talking.
Because this is the 90s, early 2000s, right? Do you know how far ahead of the game you have to know how to articulate yourself like that? Where is that even coming from? Because I understand somebody doing that today where the conversation is very much about how you pronounce certain things, right? Or how you sound. I don't think there was that much pressure to have an accent or to articulate or to enunciate certain things. But this man was not playing the Midas touch. Teach me Taz.
Teach me Taz. Coca-Cola on the beat. Teach me Taz. Yeah, I've spoken to him. I've spoken to him a couple of times.
I remember when people found out, like when it became public knowledge, to teach Mataz came from Matambanazo. Pakafari wapa ghetto.
Kwanti Eric Knight, apparently it's Eric Chijika Usiku.
No, I did not know that.
Eric Knight is Eric Chijika Usiku.
Oh, wow.
Maneka zapa TV ma personalities. Ma TV personalities okuzima ibisa mdara.
Nah.
They were on some shit. The man were flexing. They were flexing hard.
But in that same frame of mind, I have a very important question that I wanted to ask you, that I wanted to ask the general public.
Mm.
In that context of, do you think being a 30-year-old, time yana Eric Knight, time yana Tish Matthias, time yana Moms Vedu, Anam Daredu, is the same, is 1:1 as being a 30-year-old right now?
No.
Because I asked that in the context of the pressures that I feel as a 30-year-old, as a soon to be 33-year-old, right? The pressures that I feel could, you know, and then I try to imagine could like the people that came before us, my parents to be specific, when they were 30 years old, did they feel, I know there must have been some kind of pressure, but tikada kuita pressure tonight, is it just inflation chete kana kuti it's just life is just different, bro?
You know what I think? I think at the very core of human emotion and general development, takangofanana. Takatungofanana. Like, I would like to believe a 30-year-old back then feels the same way that we feel. It's just navigation, yeah, afforded to us and my expectations. But I think at the very core, what we feel, and just that on a developmental level,
Yes,
I think takatungofana. But on a pressure thing,
I'm speaking more specifically to the pressures of the outside world, nyaya employment, nyaya kuriritira muri, getting a house, getting a car, like those societal pressures of being someone, are they the same like the way we feel right now? Kuti ndiwe utodzi baba vemba panapa ne pressure I feel mudhara wangu ari baba vemba at 31, are they the same?
I think it's also that I would actually even go left field and say I think it's also part of the leniency, karipo, because I think it's a universal thing. It's peak. So I think people are more accommodative of. Hey, brother. But when there was a time where the economy is conducive for it and whatnot, and then but and whatnot. So I think there's more pressure when the majority is patterned and the minority is on the outside. But I feel like now that's kind of changed. It's not the majority that's patterned. Like the majority life bro. Like it's I feel that's I
but
don't know.
Doesn't the pressure come from that? Kuti majority itori pama one.
Yeah, I feel like if majority is
because
on Pama one,
I to give a specific example,
it's more forgiving because
to
we
give
all
a
recognize
specific example. To give a specific example, in the context of Zimbabwe, where you hear a lot of talk about young people, I'm not gonna focus. That's one. There's that war of veterans talk. But under age, that's one.
Yeah,
right? And then you have the ones that came after them.
ndati ndakatora payslip yangu panhangiri pepe ndaitengera mama grocery kumusha ndoendeta so
you have the context of people that maybe came into life while there were existing systems. I mean, post-independence, to a reasonable extent.
Yeah.
Which has led to there being a disconnect between, I mean, propaganda as a show exists because, I was trying to be petty, there were people that were peddling this unfocused youth narrative. Hey, young people of today, they don't care about politics. You are not involved in national processes. You should be running for parliament. You should be ningirigini. And in being petty, that's the honest truth why propaganda exists. That's honest. And that's the reason why it says, ladies and gentlemen, war vets and friends, blah, 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 unfocused youth. That's the reason why that tagline exists, just to be petty.
Hold my teleprompter.
Exactly. Exactly. Hold my tele. So it's directly there's that disconnect that exists where the people that came before us think young people of today are being lazy or are not fighting. They've been fed. And I'm trying to interrogate whether there is validity to that assertion, to ask whether life right now is it, because their argument, the argument that I've heard is good. Aiwa, munogona kuti zvinhu zviri kudhura izvozvi now, but they've just been adjusted for inflation. Mapurice atangobhadharawo kunhingirini ndo mapurice aidhurawo at the time.
Honestly speaking,
but it's like, really?
No, honestly speaking, I feel like, well, for me at least, in and to receive a pressure from Asrim generation mango. The only real pressure I to feel is my peers, because type stuff. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna around munda mamuri kupi mimi chichichi una say musiri pa feeding trophy say TCDO in the inner diwas of the inner diwas. So that one is interchangeable. The real pressure is amongst your peers, like your peers. And amongst our peers, I would like to believe there's a general consensus here.
My one boys.
Boys ma one saka hapana kana munhani zvimwe zvese social media zvayo inenge yaongosasa. Of course the social media doesn't help the case, of course 100%. Apana mama demands and ndinozomboona maindota must chichichi. I'm like,
imagine there kwangu ne Instagram nguva yehondo Joyce Mjuru vakatonotora self just downed this helicopter,
just shot down a chopper.
Wanotasa mukadzi wavo kuti hona zviri kuitwa naTeura.
Yay, Teurai.
Then obva adzoka akanospina kuti hona screenshot iri pa Hondo celebs. Hondo celebs hona zvaitwa naJosiah. Chimbwido celebs.
Chimbwido. Yo. Oh, but I think Chimbwido. I think Chimbwido vange their own Telegram, their own kind of Chimbwido. Hey boys, my roots are say kunas. Kuru say, yeah.
I wish.
I'm really,
yeah, I'm really.
Remember
alert. Bro, I would really be keen to have a conversation with the older generation and find out the munyetso, because in as much as we have like our own things that were like social media comes with pressure. I mean, the whole globalization of the thing has led to my comparative analysis on a very ridiculous level. Like you're not even competing on a, like you're competing with young people, the marine menu, right? But then now you're being forced to compete never young people then we'll compete with young people South Africa. In 1992, no one cared what was happening in Wicknell. People knew Joburg from the eyes of people. But otherwise, they didn't care.
We didn't care.
Bro, I
couldn't give two shits what's going on in England. The only appealing thing there was diaspora was probably snow.
Bro. And that's from Home Alone.
That's precisely. I think that might be nice. But outside of that, there was never I'm yearning to be there.
Izvi zvekuti trend inomukira pa trend inogadzirwa pa Heathrow Maxen, and by lunchtime yakuto trenda kuZimbabwe paningirini bro. That would shock me. But yeah, catching up in the nonsense that has been happening this week, of which there has been much nonsense. There was a comment last week where somebody said, I feel like these two have been sent to distract us from what's happening in Zimbabwe. Tinga tichiona propaganda tichiti Kanduro ari kuside kwedu. And I was very disappointed with that comment, because side renyu ramuri kuti side renyu ramuri kuti side renyu nderipi? Iside ripi? Iside ripi? Rekuti somebody else where you've been disappointed. Iside ripi rauri kuti side rako?
Come on, man.
Because
come off it.
there is a lot of hypocrisy. People should not outsource their agency. If you feel some sort of agency in you, be moved to Ningrini. Don't outsource that to Kanduro and Munashe.
At what point did we ever declare ourselves the bastions of Ningrini?
No.
No,
when
man.
did we become those people?
But if anything, to dissect and disseminating information. If that,
you want us to come on here and say kuti Ningirigini must go. Okay, here's the thing. Blessed Mklanga has been in jail for over 45 days at this point.
Boom.
The organization that he works for is called Alpha Media Holdings. The person who owns Alpha Media Holdings is Trevor Ncube. Trevor Ncube has been one of the most vocal people in expressing his displeasure at how ineffective Nelson Chamisa has been. I will point to a specific example of how Trevor Ncube used to chastise Nelson Chamisa for not speaking out or doing something more substantial when Job Sikala was arrested.
Long walk to freedom.
Yes. A long walk to Second Road. When Job Sikala was in prison, Trevor Ncube at any given chance would speak about, you should do more for your fellow comrade. You should do more instead of just speak all these tweets, all these Bibles, Ningirigin. You should do more. You should use your position to Ningirigin. Right now, Blessed Mklanga has been his employee. His employee has been in jail for 45 days.
What are
Trevor
you doing?
Ncube was at some point a presidential advisor where he resigned voluntarily. I don't know the specifics of what happened, but that speaks to having some kind of relationship with the powers that be.
Panepo. Yeah, of course.
Saka, why are you not using your position to do something to free your employee? This is what
you actually have the capacity to do so.
The only thing that he has done is do #free Dara. The only thing that he's done is put out Maningrini of keeping us abreast of Ningrini. Saka, you see now, people want to speak until
until now, they come to roost. Yeah.
Chandinogonawo kutaurisa and kurizina Ningirikini ndopanogumirawo zvipo zvangu ipapo zvekuda kuzotipa responsibility yekuti kwanzi ini ndina kufanira kutoningirina kana wasungwa manje mozotarisa mutarisiro aiwa blessed Dara paningirikini ikozvo muri vangani venyu vaenda
#free Kandizo ndinotya hashtag.
That's why kuhonda kwankunana zvimbwido naningirikini kune boys raitozikanwa kuti uyu
titorana chinks ino vandongoziva kuti ava mana ava vanenge vakali
Munashe ndiwo
futi dzakatanga kunyatsorira
chikoka Munashe chikoka
hande kuhondo hande.
Inini naMunashe, you know how in the Lion King Timon naPumba vaitumirwa to distract the lions. Inini naMunashe Timon naPumba vanhu vachi-infiltrate. Please.
That's all.
That's our role.
That's all.
It's a very important role.
And it's key. When it's key. Chinks was that nigga.
Anduwana. Praise and
Yeah.
worship. Kune boys, kuonde kwaitonzi kune mhizha dzezvimoto.
Dzezvimoto. Kwamune maniggas hivi dzezvimoto.
Every row is important. Please. But long story short, please, don't outsource your agency to someone.
Yeah,
If you're
please.
feeling really strongly about it, speak on behalf of yourself. Is outsource and green. That's the reason why we are where we are. Because
use your platform. Use your platform. I didn't grow my platform. Platform is yakakura my jokes. You're all here because of nonsense. If it's gotta be said. So I don't want to get the nonsense.
Which reminds me, nezuro ndaitaurisa mudhara. Real Madrid yakatamba Arsenal. And I am a casual Real Madrid fan. You know, I've always been. I'm a casual
passive team.
Team yangu chacha Manchester United.
We know that. Yes.
I'm a Manchester United fan, but because of
United,
Cristiano Ronaldo to Manchester United, Jose Mourinho, now Kylian Mbappe, Gareth Bale. There's been Real Madrid has housed a lot of my favorite footballers, so though it's kind of like my second team. So nezuro ndailauda ndichiudza vanhu veArsenal. Haiwa team Kenya kwapaidzwa Arsenal ndikatobudisa tweets with my chest mudhara. One of the craziest tweets that I've ever put out. I know there's fans by Arsenal right now that think there's hope. Their team might do something. I'm here to tell you there's zero hope.
Please allow it.
Did Madrid not get clapped?
Fuck! Yeah!
Did Madrid not get clapped? Not even Remora.
What was the scoreline? What about 3-0?
3-0.
Fuck.
Not even
Was that the first leg?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
home away?
The second leg is Madrid.
Okay.
So I mean,
I thought they got clapped from Spain.
Simply because it's Madrid, you still are like, Madrid is Madrid, bro. But it's also kind of like, I don't see Real Madrid scoring 4 goals and Arsenal not scoring any, unless something funny happened. I don't see that. But it was just a humbling moment, Mdara, because my mentions, even to this day, Arubvira.
They must be flaming you.
Because, do you know the funny thing is, when I was saying these outlandish things before the game, there were very few Arsenal fans that were interacting with that tweet. Because I think even they were like,
deep down inside, they knew it. Everybody said, you might be right,
But the first goal came in, and I was like,
hey, bro.
Then the second one came in. Come on,
outside, bro.
Bora is such a...
But the third goal, bro.
Bora is such... I love football, man. Bora is such a...
Because that's sport for you. That's sport for you.
I hate when people try to legitimize or rationalize being a football fan. I came across a tweet today that was speaking about how football fans do this. There's hypocrisy. Football fans criticize the manager, but they also want to. And I was just thinking about it there is nothing rational about being a football fan. Because the long and short of it is you want your team to win, and you want your team to win now. Even when you know, like it's similar to Israel, my fans, Arsenal. Before the game, none of them believed they had a real chance.
Of course, they know.
Of winning.
You were deep down inside.
But post game, they are talking. You're lying. It's an emotion based. So I hate it when people try to rationalize it. Hey, my fans, bro. there's nothing rational about supporting millionaires kicking a ball about.
Brother,
So
imagine.
that there's nothing rational about the whole concept of supporting people who get paid 200,000 a week.
And pane vanhu
To kick about a ball.
kutozvimba bibo bro kuti fuck team yangu yadyiwa taluza mapoints.
There's nothing rational about that in coming back to your 15 pounds an hour job. There's nothing rational.
Panongo munhu anotosavha, panongo munhu anotendera kubasa kuti atenge maflight ekuenda kunhangirikini kunoona Champions League ku Spain. I've seen it. You know what? That is always befuddling.
So let's
is it that deep? It's like bore, guys. No.
So let's keep it for what it is. Bora, we love football, but let's not try to find logic in how this is how it's supposed to integrate. 1 week, Murugut coach next week you think your coach is the best thing.
It's the best. The people are so fucking fickle when it comes to that. That blows my mind. And you know the other thing that blows my mind about football. I was watching the other day. Lamine Yamal goes to take a corner kick.
Yeah.
Spain no more.
Yeah.
This is La Liga. Varutambra Spain. Varutambam Spain. The team they're playing is a Spanish team. Spanish fans in the crowd. Hey, my chance. You know how they get racismo. Racismo. Yeah. Monkey. Come World Cup. Come Nangrin. Okay, I can understand he's from the opposing team. But now can I Spain? Spain. Irutamba versus England. Lamine Yamal agabogets. Fuck, bro. Like,
I mean, those people need to be shot because taking it as far as being
I don't get it.
Yeah, those people need to be shot.
1 minute we racist, you monkey chance. The next minute I'm fine now. Like, come on, pick a side. No, in fact, it's not even a pick a side. That just demonstrates that lack of logical thinking when it comes to that.
In local football, bro, exciting things are happening, and a lot of the exciting things happening involve Scotland FC. The most exciting thing that Scotland FC has done is, and Muromwe Blakenforth or Wire Pass, I remember predicting this, is the amount, the increment Yema baddies attending football games.
Oh, really?
Yes, because one of the master strokes but I remember I spoke about this. One of the master strokes here, Scotland, was they gave contract to Mwanawa Pokelo.
Oh yeah. He was UK based, wasn't he? And then he came back.
I think it was in Spain. He was,
he was in Europe, but he's definitely in Europe. Yeah.
So he now plays for Scotland, which means Mama Vage Pokelo. Varikuya kuzoona magame eScotland, but she's not going to come alone, is she? Varikuya ne saga bag. I mean, we need to find the SI
unit baddies. No, okay, baddies per square meter. I guess that's to a degree.
It sounds like foreign. It sounds foreign. A hovio. A
hovio. A guchu of my bed. And
we need to find a word that.
Yeah. A momo. I don't know.
We need to.
Yeah, no.
We'll figure it out.
Leave it to us.
Leave it to us. We'll figure it
out. No more problems at all so far. These are the problems we solve. Yeah.
Surface level stuff.
Yes.
And people disregard surface level stuff. Surface level stuff is important. Because fix a surface, that's how you end up with portals.
How do you go deeper?
You need to The aesthetics need to give.
It needs to give,
It
man.
needs to give.
It's not giving.
Vanhu vakasvika padeni isu street boys repent. Pend man.
Final quote. Kwete ma primer. No.
No one is going to get to a house that is nicely painted in a gate and ask questions. Or suspect that something's amiss.
Anozombozati hamuna room divider ndiyani.
Unoona tsumo yaya inonzi chakafukidza dzimba matenga. Tisu matenga. Tisu matenga.
Ndisu.
Isusu.
Zvauti mumba hamuna kana grain kana kuti vari kurarira chimodho kana kuti
department rehupu is someone else.
That's someone zvazvimwe. Ameno kuti andizati ari kubika chimodho ari kurwa flour to hupu ratio ndiani. That's a you thing. Isusu pedu taita.
Isusu we just make it sure kuti people won't even suspect kuti muri kurwa chimodho.
Yeah. Vanongopfura nepo kuti zvenha vari kurwa ma-croissants. Havasi nombodya chingwa, vari kudya ma-croissants nema-bagels.
Because the panze tinenge takaspraya X body spray.
Vadhara ve-links. Links Africa.
That's our role in society. Boys, my visual. So that's what they did, bro. So now Pokelo has been coming to these games. She comes with Anatanya, Vana, Miss Rockshed. But then, aside from her immediate circle of influence, the moment other baddies, even baddies on the other tier, on different tiers, find out that's where other baddies are hanging out, that's where they go hang out.
Iwe, hands baddies beget baddies.
And what?
Tukuzona kumashow akandorwa.
Baddies of the same flock.
Baddies of the same fucking baddies of the same badness. Bad
together. And what?
Yes. Yeah.
So, but it has led now to a very dangerous conversation where people are debating whether Scotland is responsible for the revival of local football, which I think is a very irresponsible conversation. As somebody who's been following Zimbabwean football the past 3 years, the renaissance of Zimbabwean football started 2-3 years ago. There's people that have been working tirelessly to despite all the nonsense that has been happening in Zimbabwean football, to make it exciting. You know it's exciting because the teams that have won the Premier League in Zimbabwe are not Dynamos or Highlanders.
Yeah, you know what? That signifies a massive shift.
Right.
Can I see the Dimbare Caps, can Highlanders, then there's a rejig of things.
Andrew, last year, Kwaka win on a Simba Bora, which had just been promoted, right? The year before that, Kwaka win was Ngezi Platinum. And the years before that, Kwaku win, I mean, the new team that had now been the champions repetitively is Platinum FC. But I say that to say that the past 2 years have been very exciting, as in Kuti. It's not just, you don't just go in there assuming the Dynamos is going to walk away with it.
Yeah.
It's anyone's game. And people have actually been playing. The thing that they didn't have
that draws attention. Yeah.
And the thing that I would definitely give credit to Scotland is they have come with obviously this new excitement. Yekuti, there's money involved, right? There's attention from the likes of Anapokelo who weren't necessarily involved in football as stakeholders. Do you get what I mean? They're introducing new exciting things. I mean, there's without trying to overtly politicize, there's obviously a con to some of the conversation they bring, but keeping it purely from a football, I saw that comment. I was like, there is truth, but I think it does disservice to people that Zvakafanana nekuti, let's say for argument's sake, we were to add a third co-host to this show, and then the moment we add a third co-host, maybe the show starts averaging 100,000 views, right? As much as that's a new dimension, it doesn't negate the work that was done to get to the level where this. Do you get what I mean? Because I think the hardest work is the work, the foundational stuff.
Yeah, of course, 100%.
It's been a lot of there's been a lot of, I say that to give credit
Bing,
to give
bing.
credit. Yeah, I love when credit is shared, because vanhu kazhinji kachona there's a danger yekuoresa moyo, who feel like their work has not been recognized.
No, it creates
Waona?
resentment, 100%.
Exactly.
I mean, a great example is the whole Caitlin Clark effect with the WNBA.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Andikuona.
That there is
That's
the
a perfect example.
example of
Perfect example. Andikuona.
so take a resentment yacho where people could have bought into the whole idea of hey, how are Simbis and proper up in Ngirikini. I mean, man, majo vakazonyanyawo kuita rabbit in their faces, and then create a resentment. Saka mam chunga tanchite pesa apa to all this world. Mam chunga tutamba nodo.
Yeah, but just to I can't. Hey, mdara Geza anetsa because nyaya yatangira pana Geza. Basically, mdara Geza pa what's next? Mdara Geza came out and said we are tabling a motion for impeachment, and people were like, yeah, but he was like, we're tabling the wheels are in motion for impeachment. We're impeaching the president on grounds of medical incapacitation. He's not able to fully execute his duties because he has been diagnosed with vascular dementia. I mean, I don't even want to debate because I don't have the. But here's the thing now. Earlier today, Mdara, bro, the process of impeachment in Zimbabwe is a very complicated process.
What does our what does our constitution, what's laid out in the constitution? But constitution
it's intentionally convoluted. It's not a day's process where you wake up and you say we are voting for no confidence in the president. No. I think what has happened in America, you remember Trump got impeached 2-3 times.
Yeah.
And the vote of no confidence that happened in the UK,
even here,
repeatedly.
no confidence. Like no election, no nothing.
Yeah, I think it has warped greatly how people see the notions of and how easy it might be, right? The process of impeachment in Zimbabwe is intentionally it's intentionally designed kutonetesa vanhu even before the stages. It's not a day's process. It's at least a 14-day process where somebody motions, there is Senate hearings, the president has to defend himself, you table, people vote, and then it graduated to it's intentionally convoluted. It falls short. The people that designed it and agreed on it designed it in such a way that it doesn't go through. But the reason why it's most likely not to go through is because ZANU-PF holds the majority, bro. The people required to vote for this thing,
they're not about to.
Who do you have in your pocket? That I mean, if this was a Triple C parliament, we would say maybe. But bro, even the people that remained in Triple C in parliament on the Triple C ticket are really ZANU-PF people. Are really so those are two tiers, and the process itself is it's rigmarole.
A rigmarole. It's a kerfuffle.
It's a kerfuffle. Then you have the second impeachment, which is parliament itself is stacked against you. Even if you say we have inside agents. Then,
come on, man.
Then earlier today, we're recording this on the 8th.
8th of April.
9th of April.
9th of, oh, shit. It's a one anniversary.
9th of April.
Can you imagine? Time is flying, bro. Our cast opened the play that goes wrong, or our version of the cast, on the 9th of April. So it's been
That's
squarely a
crazy.
year to the
Wow.
day.
Wow.
Mad.
Is there a special show on a day like this?
Nah. It's a regular. Tungo Kandao.
Earlier today,
But anyway.
Parliament had a sitting. In that sitting, it was decided that Parliament would be adjourned until the 6th of May.
Like that. We had to cut the tape.
Senate has been adjourned
Allow it.
until the 6th of... Today is the 9th, bro. Saka, kana une
Wait, it's a
motion
whole
yako,
month away. Kana une my ideas impeachment
Kana une idea yako.
guy stayed chitombo mireba. Yeah, they took the air out of those sails. They took the wind. Yeah.
Tobada next month.
Tobada pachitora.
Tobada next month. So it's very interesting where it's like, yeah.
El terrible.
Wicknell, pane, there's a report that's been flying around which implicates Wicknell in in specifics that we've never seen before.
Ooh, you know what? I saw that. Might that be the first time? Well, to start with, I didn't even know Zimbabwean seat in finance.
They do. I mean, from time to time.
I mean, of course,
but these ones were essay.
But I've never heard, even in Zimbabwe.
Yeah, so the ones that the document, yeah. So from time to time, the
man seemed to be the most quiet.
That's when I've seen the Finance Intelligence Unit come out and put out press statements. My days I need to that's how I know they exist.
Brother, I have never heard of these niggas, bro. Like, I was like, who are these niggas? Like, when I was like, and then of course it goes without saying, of course, there has to be like a financial institution that regulates all of that. But I was like, wow, these men piped up. That's
okay. Munashe pama weekends. Is this a full-time contract?
What is this? Is this a part-time? What is this?
But yeah, to catch people that might not be in the know, last week a document seemingly originating from the South African Finance Intelligence Unit implicates Wicknell Munodani Chivayo in an election scandal. The basic tenets are this. There is a South African company called Renform that was tendered by ZEC to supply
ballot papers.
Election materials, which included ballot papers, portable toilets,
the full spectrum,
etc.
Yeah. To facilitate an election.
The amount that was paid amounted to 1.1 billion rand. The South African Intelligence Unit is basically saying they started probing this when they started seeing dodgy movements from the Renform account move. A substantial amount was immediately transferred to Wicknell's SA account. And from there, Wicknell SA's account started moving accounts very rapidly, very suspiciously, allegedly. Basically, they're saying kuti mamuvi raita maridzi pane kangwa dzungu
like.
Yeah, they made a point with some of the money that at least 5 million. Is it 5 million? Because 5 million sounds little. A lot of it was used for what looked like car purchases. They also, and it looks like it was going to all these different accounts that are linked to political figures. Their summation is this. kuti Zek yakarohwa mari. Zek was charged for election materials, and these amounts for these things were inflated when the actual cost wasn't even close to maybe
what
300 million. What it was. So they say the 300 million was actually used for election materials, which Zek received, but the rest of it
yanga surplus
was surplus. And ndo seemingly allegedly yatiri kufira isusu ndo yakazo pane kamari pane ka 1 million kaka hey vana vachikira
and mari
dzacho pane mari yakaiswa muaccount ye makeup a makeup company that is run by one of these socialites. And the craziest thing is this socialite is actually married to another socialite. And the craziest thing is these socialites ndo vanenge vachibuda pa social media vachisa ma captions anenge akanzi small girl big god. Just say Wicknell.
Just say small girl big belly.
Yeah. Because makuda kuti ta body shame mwari. Just say Wicknell.
For fuck's sakes.
Commander Johnisi came out and sprayed everyone with the tariffs. Everyone and their grandmother.
But he's reneging.
Countries.
He's been antakambokanda antakatozopedzera postpone matariffs akanga na Mexico
na Mexico na Canada, but the 185
market
those ones. Yeah.
But
the funny thing is there's a lot of people that are having post-nut clarity about Trump and what they thought he would achieve and what he's actually achieving. I mean, a lot of the people that were like, we don't care about whether he sounds racist. And then I remember I made money during Trump's years as a president. I want to make, and it's kind of like people are losing jobs, the stock exchange is falling, everything points to a recession, and
I think it's on two things. Man like Trumpisi, right? I think his second term has so far has fucked him up, because his first term, danga on that term, because let's be honest, I don't even think he believed he would make it that far. And then when he got that far, I think that was a great time to come off the thing on some mind size, mind doubt, and I'm on the records, I'm on the books, and president chagati boom boom boom. So impeachment. But and then he did all of that, and then he beat the odds, whatnot, and then he's come back, but then it just seems like he's shitting the bed in a big way.
But remember, you're absolutely right in saying that. But remember, Gucci, his second president, it looks very much like it was highly motivated by staying out of jail. But that's one side of it, right? Then the other side, from a human level, there's something in us where you achieve one thing, you want to achieve more, bro. You know how in America they measure the strength of a presidency based off how many terms.
Did you complete? Did you complete?
If
you're a one-term president,
it's kind of like. So he was never going to be satisfied. I mean, he should have been. You're right. He should have been satisfied with the tick box exercise. I just did this as a vanity call, bucket list item. I don't care. I'm out.
Got it.
Did it. You would have maintained cult-like status, bro. You would have been the godfather of Republican politics, the kingmaker. You would have had the power to say, I'm endorsing this guy to run for the Green, and they probably would have had a whitewash in Chakadaro. But he ran again, he lost, Biden, and that kind of created an illusion of what Zabiri was, say, the political assassinations that were happening, they raised in, saka there's a reason why they're trying to put him in jail. And then that assassination,
The
bullet,
attempt, rhapsody
you
of
know.
reality.
But now
Pastor
everyone is
Chris.
having a proper post-nut clarity where there's a lot of things that are going wrong. So yeah. So because or Pachake, he doesn't care. Someone else would elector. There's part of him that's like yakapinda chiti ndo akukumamisai.
But also, here's another wild theory. Well, before I get into that wild theory, as a result, I don't know if you caught word of this. China, as a result of these talk of tariffs, China then turns around to war. Okay, is it a disregard for Nangrikini IP and patents and patent law in Nangrikini, where they would have made iPhone of a bastardization iPhone. Iwo vaitodzora tsvimbo vachizvo no hatizoirove exactly fanike iPhone because legally panogona kuita so you always kind of have to like scale back and not make like a performance par for par imitation of a boss wa kukopa wa kukopa. But now China yakuchizira kuti wo ndozvamakuda kuita alright iripo because China's got manufacturing capacity. Now all of these things zvichitautwa as American things nema products and whatnot, whilst ironically being manufactured in China yakuti alright iripo then this way news takuchitonyatsoigadzira bar for bar, cheap for cheap, item for item, kudai and whilst undercutting you in a big way. Now not in Danny big man. Now Danny who's the GOAT. But theory on the next thing was, I feel like there seems to be an intentional drive towards a recession. And the recession to the layman sounds like, that doesn't sound great. But to my high up niggas, to the powers that be, Van Chap, they always use a recession to expand their position on drink. Because there's a dip on a lot of things, and the people with the capital might to
buy the dip
and the mass they say it just consolidates their place. So it might be a case of boys so that they can
from time to time takano reseta
theory. No theory.
I mean, it's the most notable thing about these tariffs is that our president responded by saying, you know what, boys? I see all these tariffs and people are retaliating. Isusu, as Zimbabwe, we are, as a matter of fact, removing all tariffs on goods from the US. Saka uya donimbi mfeso wangu unza bero tifeke pa harare abaurira se. Which, to be honest, I've just been reading a lot about this tariff talk. I will never pretend as somebody who knows economics or even vaguely interested, to be honest. But that sounds like Panemuna Ruvarwa. Because
there's a level of kuvarwas. It's there's a kuvara going on.
Team rekwamereki robva raudza team rekusemilevi kuti no kana muchida kudya kwamereki uyai mudye boys mahara tobika. But team rekuvillage roudza boys rekwamereki kuti amaizi kana muda kudya kuno kuyai makabada 10
ingori 10 bhaka yako 10 nara,
on the premise that team rekwamereki want team rekuvillage to come and eat kwamereki
kwamaifafi
and being I feel like, yeah.
Let me
So,
flex.
yeah.
So the
Flex,
other
flex.
day, hey, I've
Yeah.
never looked so cool in my life.
Yo, way. What was happening?
So G post work, I go catch some drinks with a friend of mine. Tapinda tiri Soho. Groucho G. Nice little members club spot, whatnot. As per. We're chilling in there, and then this nigga walks by. Pinda Van cook up a bower with the lady. And I look at us like, hey, man, that guy looks familiar, man. Like, I've seen this. I've seen this face before. I swear, say it ain't so. I swear. And then I looked closely. I was like, oh shit, this man like Michael Kelly.
Mm.
If you've
The guy.
watched House of Cards,
If you've watched any political series, the guy who is
yeah,
the the right hand man of
right hand
any
man,
ambitious politician or deputy
yeah,
CIA
yeah,
director
Chaguti
in
deputy
any
CIA's bureaucracy type shit, yeah, that nigga.
short
But if you've
guy,
watched,
Anemanza, very serious,
yeah,
very
yeah,
intense.
very serious, very intense. If you've ever seen House of Cards, which is arguably the show that launched Netflix, so in fact, even the
Anyone who argues is dumb. Hatozivi history
I
yeChelsea.
see, you're not in the know. So you know that yeah, Netflix, it actually came
That's
from House of Cards, Kevin
that's
Spacey
also
thing. And then this guy
the show
was
that launched the idea of binging.
of binging. Man like Doug Stamper.
Yeah.
He was a bad boy in that series. He was a G sketchy character, but Doug Stamper was
Gets
that
things
nigga.
done.
Yeah. Listen, no questions asked.
And even now that I look back at it with Doug Stamper, his name was like sometimes Frank Underwood wouldn't even say things. You just give him the look, and Doug
Yeah,
Stamper would
Doug Stamper's
execute.
like, I'm on that. Say no more. So man like Doug Stamper is at the bar.
That you are at.
I'm because you no fraternize. Anyway, I'm with my friend Chichi Tripepe alongside man like Doug Stamper pulls up Chichi. You know what? I do know Chichi. And Dave. I go up now. That's Rachi's introduction. That Michael Kelly, how are you? Oh, yeah. Hey, how's it going, man? Yeah. No, I was just, I'm a big fan of your work. I hate to not to draw any crazy attention to you or what have you, blah, blah. I just thought it'd be a disservice not to come up and say hello. I'm a fan of your work, right? And he was like, nice to meet you, man. What's your name? I was like, my name's Munashe. G. I'm Michael. Nah, I know you. This is my friend Sienna.
Sienna Miller.
But how's my man gonna say that's my friend Sienna? I was like, oh fuck, that's Sienna Miller.
That's crazy. Yeah.
One of our most recent works, obviously, is Anatomy of a Scandal. If you've seen that,
Yeah.
British, American raised model actor, baddie. Like, no, I'm talking about my models out there. Quit my models about Instagram. I'm talking about like
Anatomy of a Scandal. Which one is it? Is it the one where that involves the scandal that involved the British Prime Minister and his friends and having killed? Which one?
I think
They
it's
having
that
killed like back in college and what?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, this is Chichi. Ndatanga usasa Chichi. We start talking. Anyway, what brings you to London? No. I was just at the premiere of The Amateur, and yeah, we just hanging out, man, just having a drink. Just ain't nothing to it, type shit. Boy. titanga usasa. Sienna Miller baba iwe kaka accent yangu unobva kupi ndikati andobva kuZimbabwe all right you sound South African no
Chegutu to be specific.
Chiguri yeah my mom's from South Africa. Oh my God. Whereabouts? She's from Cape Town.
Chegutu pasera
apa one bombi
urikuona Chegutu uri paCape Town baibe wakatasa mvura
inogona reflect
ukangoti next door.
Anyway, we get into it. Bro. 5-10 minutes into the conversation at this point, mkomana achikoga easy and my elements and risa maokomo ngwechi ndutudaiwa ndutukanda buns what not. These times
you forget
Shangwari yangu she's over there. I got it. I could tell she's thinking, raw man really chopping it up? What the dummies? What not? Hey, no, I don't know what you guys are doing this weekend. And this is a major swing in the dark, but Kanamuri free. If you're still in London, I'd like to invite you to our show. Yeah. What show is that? And the place, oh my God, I love that show. And this is Sienna now. The Doug man, like Doug Stimpak. Oh, what is that? I've never heard of that. No, it's a show. It's a comedy. It's the longest running comedy in the West End. No, this is actually currently on Broadway as well. All right. Oh my God. I gotta do a show in London. Oh my God, I gotta do that. Try to exchange my deeds. What no. You had to one pay song. What no.
So for now, so in a number Doug Stamp.
Did not Doug Stamp, brother. What just say? Anyway, and then I say that to say. Brother, I swear on my mother's life, Sienna Miller looks me square in the face. She really, you're a beautiful man.
Ndomuitirwa unoitwa vanhu kuHollywood. Ndomuitirwa unoitwa. Is it that easy? Yo, hey. Okay. Saka iweyo munhu akutumira message achikuti kana uchizoda mafriendly machichi. You were like mashots amurukanda aya. Then Sienna Miller akangokuti unoitika kaiwo. And you're like ini.
Aiwa. Listen. Admiration is admiration, and I just don't swing that way. Down with Bambi instead.
Right.
But Sienna Miller, on the other hand, come on. In that moment, I was like,
what?
Listen, I'm putting all your bitches on notice.
Yeah.
You see me? Yeah.
How did that conversation? What did you say? Did you say thank you? What did you say to that?
No, I said no. But again, like I said, I've never looked so cool in my life.
Right.
Now I'm trying. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Thanks. Because you gotta act like you've been here before. I was like, come on.
As a matter of fact,
now I'm going to run tell me something new. So I'd like to recall that episode and
everything else needs to. For me, that would have been the perfect time to say my goodbyes. Personally, Nini, and I don't want. I mean, that's the summary of this conversation.
And you're absolutely right, because after
Touch
that
pangwe.
point, I actually didn't even linger. Ndakapinda sasa, boom, boom, boom. This is hey, thank you. What not. Anyway, vachichinjana madeets, what not.
Even yasiyena unayo.
Asiyana ngati andisipa Instagram pandopa email address yangu. Not bo. What not.
But
Sharp.
because if you linger some more ndopa anozoshare kwa wallet.
Yeah. You're going to undo all this good work.
Ndopa panzoshare kwa wallet kana panzoshare kwa credit card. Then by default hanga vari siyena. There's no way Sienna is one of the suspects.
Come on. Flagrant.
Michael Kela buddy.
Yeah. We're just trying to have a drink here, you know. Anyway, shop. Boom. In fact, ndakatobuda on some. Anyway, didn't mean to intrude you right now. Don't go to my day plus. Didn't mean anyway, saga.
That's so dope, man.
Banda Pepe. And I swear to God, my friend, and then she goes, because where we were sat in the bar, it was like earshot away type stuff, and just like, I swear I heard Sienna say you're beautiful. I was like, stock price done.
But did your friend record at least even a vantage point from Engwe?
No, she didn't. I wanted to go back after. I wanted to go back so badly after the night. CCTV, you know, record the audio.
I was thinking the same. I was thinking the same thing. Because yesterday's price. Nah, that is so cool, man. That is moments for life.
I've never looked so cool. And the pandakadzokera ndakanogara neshamwari yangu ndakatongodzokera ground ndakatongopedzera nyadzi lupa dzanziri kunge zvinonzi hando magariro ndakati chopa mfake. Anyway, ahana ndatana. What did you say to them? Ndakana kusvika kuti ndembe zvonzi wow, you know, that would have been nice. Yeah, ndakati hana, don't worry, what boy. Vati vari kuuya kushomuswe Saturday, so ndovaona Saturday.
So is it this Saturday?
Yeah, this album, I don't know if they're actually gonna pull up, but they expressed, would like to come.
Speaking of the play that goes wrong, this Sunday we are going to see Mr. Chirisa. This Sunday, full force. Are you going to multi-throw discount in that? Because we definitely don't.
I'm not even gonna lie. Unfortunately. Yeah. It's just happened to have fallen on half-term break, and there's an embargo on cost rate discounted tickets because it's heavy traffic.
All right.
On per half-term.
So you were Sunday National Trauma one. We should.
Yeah, but you need to act quick. If I gotta be honest, because
yeah, so but Sunday the plan is Inini. Even if people don't say they're going Inini, I need to come finish the show. So
because
but I'm coming to see the show. Weather kari look nice. The weather is very friendly.
Nice.
It's very sunny outside. You can catch brunch. We can catch drinks after.
Yeah, there's a lot of nice spots to eat. Grab a bite.
I also have a few tickets to give away. I think I have about 5 tickets left for the Wolves game on the 26th of April. Captain Marshall Monetsi. There's somebody who said he's not the captain. In the last 2 games, Zimbabwe and Marshall Monetsi was the captain. Shekuti Marvelous Nakamba is the captain. Marvelous Nakamba wasn't playing. That's the captain. So I'm calling him captain.
El Capitan.
But yeah, El Capitan. We're going to support El Capitan Marshall Nyasha Monetsi. Number 5. It would be nice to go to the team. Tijita Murari.
Takazara.
Yeah,
Let's do
so
all
just
of
try
that.
to make sure to punish. I think, man, I don't think there's nyaya chataura panapa that will top the fact that Sienna Miller called you beautiful. That's a nice point to.
I've put y'all on notice. Now Maguzia. Now Maguzia level.
Saka chasara chim dara. First, what are you investing?
Now
What are you
gym
investing?
gym and
What
then
we need to do if
my BBLA height.
That's dangerous. If I could transfer some of this fat that I've gained over these past few years to you,
I'm taking donations, please,
bro.
Please.
Transfer kunemfeso wangu.
Yes.
Aiwa, Iribo, Mr. Chirisa, this has been another episode of the one and only Black and Forth.
Banger.
Another banger. It is everything. So cheers to you guys. See you guys next week. Makofi ngaiti zvinana.
Let's improve, but hey, shout out to those who contributed. That's
always. Wicknell, tanyanya kutaura ikamboka na makofi. Tsek.
Yeah, so for some odd reason, there's a fan account here, Wicknell, that keeps tagging me in these tweets. It's getting on my fucking nerves. It's like, where did you get that impression, rude boy? Like even when I remove the tag, I still get the notifications. I'm like, please. My mentions.
Relax. Yeah. Boom dada. Talk about next week.
Another singer.
Yeah. Welcome. Welcome. This is Black and Forth.